Hi, I'm Jacqui Childs, and this is my friend Casie Stewart, and we're about to get highly intimate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
How did we meet?
I know I saw you at the Vanderpop, at a Vanderpop event when we sous vide the weed.
But it wasn't weed.
No.
Remember, I'm like,
no,
I
it was
weed.
herbs.
This is
I was
some
like,
sort of
yeah,
herbal
But
thing.
I can't remember exactly when we first met. But I remember seeing you, and I thought we should be friends.
And I was like, you're so cute. You're like, we should be friends. And I'm like, who's that bitch? You always wear hats.
I wear hats a lot.
And like really cute and like poofy things.
Yeah, I like to wear like bright
whatever.
colors and like fun stuff, which today I'm wearing all black, which is rare, but
because you just came from some sporty thing, right?
Yeah, I was at a fitness event. I have like fitness underneath.
What was the fitness event?
It was a 500-person workout at Lamport Stadium called City Shred.
Oh.
And yeah, it was fun. But I mean, it's like I'm used to going and working out just like by myself and then coming home, so it's a bit longer, and when there's that many people, it's like
500 people.
Yeah, but it was like they had people speaking and swag bags for everyone. Yeah, it was
cool. I'll go for a swag bag.
I just kind of like am getting into doing fitness events because I wasn't really a fitness person before.
Before what? Is this part of your health and wellness? Like, is this your
yes.
self-care?
Yeah, totally. In the last year, I lost 20 pounds.
Ooh.
Which, I mean,
Were you trying to?
Kind of. About a year ago, I fell and I broke my collarbone, and I smashed my face, and I had nerve damage in my face, and I was really depressed.
No.
And I was at home a lot, and I had to wear a sling for a while, and like I couldn't lift my arm.
Oh,
up.
you're so wild and cute and hyper. Like that must have been
really bad.
Totally depressing.
And it was with my life, and I'm known as like smiley on the internet, like.
Yeah.
You know, and I like that's really who I am, but I mean it really goes to show that you never know what's going on behind the screen of social media and internet, because there were a lot of days where like taking a picture of my face was like I just didn't feel like myself, you know?
Did you share it on social media?
I did a little bit, and then I have more now, but for a while I didn't. So in that process, I like gained weight, and I was at home, and I watched Netflix all the time, and I just was eating late night snacks a lot. A lot of snacks.
So she whispers it. You don't work Cannabis Wiki. You do not have to smoke. You don't have to whisper smoke weed.
You know, but I smoke a lot of weed. I like sit at home and stuff, and then. I just kind of was like, hey, I need to make a change in my life. So I started when daylight savings happened last year. I was like, hey, I'm not going to sleep in an extra hour. I'm going to just use it to work out. I've been going to the gym almost every day since that day.
Oh my goodness. Good for you.
Yeah. So that by the time 2020 came, that I was already the person I wanted to be. I wasn't waiting till 2020 to start, because like, why wait till tomorrow when you can start today if you want to make a positive change in your life? And yeah, it just made me feel so much happier. And you know, I stopped drinking. I used to go out to events. It's drinks everywhere.
Easy to do in Toronto, and it's easy to do when you're in the spotlight. When this is part of your, you know.
Or you have anxiety, and you're like, God. It's like, I'll just have like, you know,
I sweat profusely. Like that's my anxiety is a sweaty mess.
Oh.
And drinking. Like I would drink and drink and drink. And
and then it's like, and then all of a sudden it's, you know, a day of the week, and you're like, cool, I had like a bunch of drinks last night, and I ate a bunch of garbage. So I really kind of like changed some of those behaviors. And that's like part of, definitely part of a wellness for me. So now if there's a fitness event or event that involves a workout, I'm there.
Oh, good for
like,
you.
I want to do more stuff like that versus like, you know, I worked in food and beverage and alcohol stuff with clients. So it's like lots of late night events and different stuff. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about
how did we? I can hear my puppy crying. Can somebody give me my puppy?
Oh, maybe because he loves me.
No,
also loves you.
I'll keep him with me.
With you.
So I've seen you around because you're like an influencer before it was called an influencer. You were a blogger, right? Like you're writing, sharing your life.
Yeah. For 15 years now.
Wow.
So long, yeah.
So way long. So 15 years is a long time in the life of social media. I mean.
Well, yeah, there was when I started, Twitter wasn't invented.
What?
It was that I started blogging in like the MySpace days. You know, I had a MySpace blog for a long time.
Wow.
And I started keeping diary back then, and I always loved writing and stuff. So, you know, finding the internet and then like a place where you just publish for yourself anytime was so exciting to me. I mean, nobody read it for like years.
Nobody read it, but it's also that's also
therapeutic
and wellness and writing, journaling, getting to share your thoughts and feelings and also to look back on it now.
Well, that's a big thing for me is like being able to go look back at things, because sometimes if you feel sad or you're super stressed out, you know, I go back and I'll read old blog posts and I'll think the place I am now is where I wanted to be then. You know, and it's like, or you realize that the goal that you had then or the thing that you wanted to do, it's not what you want anymore.
What you thought was so important.
Yeah, that was such a big deal.
Such a big deal.
You know, or like my hair always changes, so I'm always like, oh my god, you know.
I always remember you from sort of lurking and following a cute little pixie cut all the time, like I had
really, really short hair for up until like I had that fall, like I decided to grow my hair out then. So, but I mean, I had pixie short hair and always like smiling at events, all kinds of stuff. You know, I was like, you know, there's so many. I can look back at all these things that are documented that I forgot that I even went to things or.
It's kind of nice to look back and to see, like, so I was saying to someone recently, like, I've been modeling since I was a kid, and to look back, some things that I thought was maybe I'd be embarrassed or shameful of, or like, oh my god, now I'm like 46. I'm like, wow, look at me, look what I did that. So like things that I wouldn't go, oh, I've made some serious mistakes. But it's kind of cool to journal it and share it and to see it.
It's definitely really good for your,
because social media is not really real. Like,
no,
really?
it's a part of, you know, but if you think about how multifaceted people are and like all the different sides of a person, like that's only one glimpse into like the 24 hours of their day. That's 1 minute of what's actually happening. Because like, you know.
Okay, wait, where did we meet?
Oh yeah,
we're so funny. We're like squirrels. It's this dress, so sparkly. It's hard to like.
Very beautiful. Do you remember exactly where we met?
Well, I know I had met you before that Vanderpump thing,
well,
but I don't remember. I knew who you were.
Yeah,
but then again, my ego or my insecurities gets in the way, so I didn't say hi to you at the Vanderpump.
Well, I always like.
We were like sort of across from each other, and I think we like noticed each other.
Yeah. Well, that was like a nice little intimate setting.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, well, cool. Sometimes I'm sure you probably get this all the time. It's like, I saw you, but I didn't want to come say hi. And I'm always like, come say hi.
Or I get messages afterwards. Oh, I saw you there and I didn't want to interrupt, or I didn't know if you'd remember or whatever. So, Lyft awards, the Lyft thing. Awards, because I have really kooky anxiety and everyone's like, you do? I'm like, well, how do you do what you do? Well, I do. You have no idea. And when they invited me to come, they said, we'll sit you at a table with some other great people, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, that doesn't work with me. What do you mean other great people?
Yeah.
Like, I'm super controlling of, like, everybody in my space. So then the lady who runs it sent me a list of everyone that would be at my table. And then, but then it changed. You weren't on the list at the people. Then she sent me the night before. She invited my husband as well, because I was like, okay, like he's my +1 everywhere.
Yeah. You don't nervous. Like, and it's super awkward if you're by yourself.
So awkward if you're by myself. Like and it's just too much.
So
for me.
Awkward.
So then he was invited, and she sent me the new list, and I was like, oh my god, I know her. I'm like, okay, she's also really loud, really giggly, really sparkly, so like loud. A lot going on. Perfect. That she's gonna have all the attention. I can sit there like, and you had the tattoos. You went and got the tattoos from the bathroom.
I tattooed everybody.
Was it 48 North or something like that? Whatever.
I just put them on everybody.
Yeah. So I was like, thank God. I can actually eat. I didn't have a stomach ache. I didn't like work the room at all. Yeah. I did what I had to do and then went and sat at my table. Okay. But I was just.
That was
I was like, and you had brought your partner and everything. So I was like, oh fuck, thank God.
Yeah, that was like, I was so glad you were at the table, because I was like, oh.
And I met the Daniel.
Yeah.
And
he was
super
at our
nice.
table. Well, I originally had gone to the wrong table, and like a PR person, I said, oh, we're here. She goes, you're at this table? And I was like, oh, I guess not.
Like, see? Like,
it was like, like a really like, you can't sit with us. And I was,
you should have taken a picture behind her.
because that's what it was like. It was really like that, and I was like, oh,
yeah, those award shows can be like that, and a lot of the spaces can be like that. Yeah. And I love what I do for a living, and influencer is a positive in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also, there's a lot of people that are like, eh.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of when I was, you know, growing up on the internet, or like the last like 10 years of my life, you know.
Was it 2000 you said you started?
I started 2005.
2005.
But it really didn't pick up till like 2009, 10. So like the last decade, right? I've done so many things that were like, you know, at the time, like sitting front row at Fashion Week when all the traditional PR is like, who is that bitch sitting front row? Like, I got a lot of people.
For the Toronto Fashion Week, I sat front row, and that's how I actually made, like, I have lifelong friends, but then I also got lots of hate.
Yeah, and like, you know, and being part of things that are new and changing, and like influencer, like I wasn't called an influencer, I was like a blogger, and I was doing all this stuff, and a lot of my life was sponsored, but everyone knew, like, if I'm flying with Virgin America to LA and then Dallas and hanging out with Richard Branson, like, clearly I'm not paying for it myself. Like, I'm working.
Right, I'm working.
You know, it's obvious.
Right.
You know, so, and then now I think sometimes I feel a little bit to blame because I made it all look really easy all the time, and that things just came to me, and then, you know, probably a lot of people did that, and then the influencer became something that other people wanted to be because they were like, ooh, I want that.
Right.
You know? I want free stuff. I want to go to parties.
Do they ask you all the time, how'd you become an influencer? It
I
just
was like,
sort of happened. I didn't.
You want a Maserati?
Yeah.
It's just like, it does not just come. Like,
you gotta work your ass off.
I have a speaker agent now with the National Speakers Bureau, and I've done TEDx and South by Southwest in Texas and a bunch of conferences and stuff, and like I got to doing that because I spoke at every social media event from 2012 to 2015 for free.
Right,
like,
good for you.
I was like, you need a speaker? It's me. I'll be there. No problem.
Good for you.
You want me to talk about? Can I talk about it? They had like a list of topics, and I'd be like, I picked that one. I'll do it, and I just, you know, and. Do you want me to be on the panel? Yes. And I really gained a lot of experience and put the time in, and like life is about building relationships, and like there's people that got their first job and contacted me to work on a campaign because I spoke in their class at colleges, university. If a professor said, hey Casie, would you consider speaking in my class? We really don't have a budget, but I think they could really benefit from you. I'd find a place in my schedule and I do it. I've done it like over 20 times.
Good for you. Like, I mean, if it's like easy, everyone would do it, and you gotta work.
But it's like, and you have to make the time, and you have to like drive there. Like, whether there's times where I drove like 45 minutes and like to get to a local college and speak there and then go home. And
look at how far you drove here today.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's also times that when I had a speaker agent and I got paid a month's worth of money to speak for an hour somewhere else.
Right.
You know, so it's like it works out.
I would say so too. With
you know,
the stuff I do a lot of. I will say it's charity stuff, right? I'll do a lot of but it has
I'll call it volunteering,
right? But I mean, the whole package is our jobs. We're in the spot, and I don't like to say in the spotlight. We're in the public eye,
kind of.
What do they call you on Facebook? A public.
Oh, public figure.
Public figure, like part of being a public
figure,
you got to pound a lot of pavement. You got to do a lot of work. You got to work it.
It takes a lot of...
It's more than just a cell phone.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, social media, you're just on your phone all the time. I was like, do you have any idea how many things I did in the last 20 minutes while you're telling that stupid story?
I'm so glad you said it. Yeah, like I have... So friends and family. What do friends and family think about what you do?
You know what? I think my parents are really proud of me. My whole family is from New Zealand, and the only family I have in Canada is my mom, my dad, and my sister. And it's been like that my whole life. I was born here, but I have dual citizenship. Like, everyone's there. So my family in New Zealand think I'm a famous Canadian.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them anything,
famous Canadian.
But, like, you know, because they'll see me, like, in the newspaper, or, like, I've been in a couple movies and, like, commercials and stuff. So that's a big deal to them. And that, you know, is pretty exciting.
It's a big deal to me. Aren't you proud of all that?
Yeah. You know,
like, see, even when you're sharing, you're kind of like, wow, it's wicked.
Yeah,
it's really
cool.
A big deal.
It's exciting. And, you know, like, I talk to my mom almost every day. And like you know, she's a person that I call, like, you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm waiting on to hear about this big contract. Or you'll be like, you never believe who just emailed me, you know? And I'm like, Mom, I would call her at work. She's like, oh, something happened, didn't
yeah, moms
she
are always like,
knows, and you know, she's there for the ups and the downs. But I mean, my parents are, I'm borrowing a car from Ford to go visit my dad who lives in Leamington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm driving out to visit him, and like Ford gave me a car for a week.
Are you doing any cannabis stuff?
No, but we should talk because I would love to.
It's a beautiful road trip. And do you know what Colasantes is? Isn't that around there somewhere? It's like a cactus farm type. They have goats and they have fancy cactuses from all over.
Well, I'd like to go to that stuff with my dad because my dad is interested in cannabis. Oh. And he's like, he doesn't really know what.
I like your dad. Hi, Dad.
My dad would love you. He's so cool.
I could be your stepmom.
He's married.
Oh, oops.
But my dad's really funny. You know, I remember once, I just found the interview I did a while ago when I talked about like that I smoked a joint with my dad once because like my sister and I found it at the house, and you know she's like, Dad, Casie found something, and I'm like, you.
Younger or older sister?
Younger.
Oh, okay.
So she like told Dad I found it, and then we smoked a joint and watched Jeopardy.
And
I was like, so
Who
cool.
are you named after? Where did your name come about?
Oh, my parents. When my mom moved to Canada, my mom was a seed analyst. I told you about. She like analyzed seeds for the government.
Not weed seeds.
Not weed seeds, but seeds. And
real seeds.
Yeah, no, they're all seeds, but seeds. And my dad actually didn't. It wasn't working yet, so he used to watch Young and the Restless with another family from New Zealand, and Nikki Newman's sister is named Casie, the doctor on Young and the Restless.
So that's who your name came from. We'll name her Casie.
Yeah, but my parents had never heard that name before in New Zealand. They didn't hear it, and then, you know, I get called Casie all the time.
By me?
No, just by everyone, you know, because Casie would have 2 S's. My name has 1. Thankful. For SEO, it works better for me because I can be, you know, the #1 Casie Stewart with an IE in the world.
Yeah,
you know,
Casie Stewart. It's a cute name.
Yeah, so my parents just thought that IE looked more feminine than an EY, so they went with that.
I like it.
Yeah,
I really like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where my name came from.
After you had your accident just over a year ago, did life change as far as, like, for what you were focused on and what you wanted to do? Like, so if you're social media posting and you're influencing, you're blogging, did it all change?
I did change quite a bit for me because I didn't want to go out to a lot of things, and I turned down a lot of working on a lot of things.
Because there is a lot of things.
There's a lot of things, and I'm like, you know, I only like to work on things if I have ate it, drank it, tasted it, worn it, been to that restaurant, and know what it feels like. Because otherwise, it's not worth my time.
And it's not authentic, right?
Yeah, it's like I don't have time for that.
There's a lot of fluff. Like, there's a lot of...
You know, so there's stuff I didn't want to do. And over the past few years, I think I've been kind of declining more from the influencing stuff. I'd like to maybe dip out and leave some space for new people that want to come up because I've done a lot of things there, and I really like being behind the scenes. So, like, I've been working with Sean's company for a couple of years, and they're...
Sean, your partner.
Yes, Sean, my partner. Hi.
Sean, and he's a cute one. I got some selfies with him.
He's probably in the back. He's not even listening.
He's listening.
You know, so... and they do production and commercials, a lot of video content. So I've been doing a bunch of things behind the scenes. So, like, I directed a couple commercials. I directed a music video. I've worked
with who? Music video? Who do I know?
A Canadian artist with Slate Music.
Okay.
And you know, I directed a Fuji commercial that was on TV and a bunch of other stuff. So I went to school for marketing, and I love creating stuff, and I'm looking to do more behind the scenes marketing communication stuff. When
you got really excited when you're like, I'm doing things behind the scenes. See, like you're doing some real stuff.
Because I mean, there's a long time it was like me, you know,
but we age and we grow, we evolve.
It doesn't give me the same joy anymore. It's like,
I hear you.
You know, I think, and what matters to me, especially like after, you know, you go through something or whatever it is and you grow up, it's like what really makes me feel happy. And it's like, you know, I really like exercising. I like eating good food. I like pigging out. But I mean,
are you vegan?
No. I hate Wendy's before I got here.
Oh, I love Wendy's.
I love
Bacon
spicy
and
chicken.
cheese. Oh, delicious. I like anything, really. But when I say I'm plant-based, that's just that's a safe way. I know my dog really likes you too. Yeah. When I say I'm plant-based, people start messaging me like vegan recipes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Plant-based doesn't mean I'm vegan. It means I like weed, but it's a safe way in the space to say.
I mostly eat plants, but I mean, you know, I'm not.
Come here, Budsy. You just come see Mama. Budsy wants to get highly intimate.
Yeah. Hi, love you too, little puppy.
He starts crying. So, did we even say where we actually met? Or I don't know.
No, you were at my table.
Oh, yeah. So then I ended up at your table. I was excited. It was a safe space. You were going to be all glittery and fun. It was really, really fun.
That was really fun time.
I'm nervous about that sort of stuff because even though I champion and talk about and celebrate, like, you know, I'm supporting you and I'm excited and you shouldn't have self-doubt and let's be besties together and we can do it. I still have some insecurities, obviously. I'm human, and some self-doubt. And the award shows and big, giant things get, like you said, that one lady wasn't super friendly that you're at her table. I have one of those and it almost shuts me down. Like for days. Like it's not, I don't bounce back quick. It's,
I feel you because I am not, Sean says, he said, you use all your sunshine up on the internet. You have nothing left when you come home. Sometimes it's like I come home and I'm just like, I just can't.
Drained.
I just like want to sit with a blanket in my
with my onesie. I have a raw onesie.
Yeah, and
a
I just like
Netflix goes on.
And I don't want to talk and I don't want to say anything because I'm fucking drained, man. Like literally, I just sunshined my whole everything.
I gave it all. I gave my all.
Yeah.
So. You and Sean, do you have stepchildren? Is there?
Yes, Sean has a daughter. She's 12.
And how's that? Because social media and you're in the limelight, spotlight. You got a blue check mark on Twitter. Yeah. Coveted blue.
I don't post that much about her.
No,
I don't really do.
Private.
I just I'm. You know, her mom posts more about her than I would post more about her because I don't necessarily, my audience, I haven't really the mom vibe hasn't really been part of my storytelling. Right. That's not really
part of your brand.
And people know Emily because I'll do some stuff with her, but like she doesn't really, I feel like she's now getting to the age where she might have her own social media, and I think that if she wants, I'm like, can I take a picture of us? We look really cute. She's like, okay, you know.
How old do you think until social media is okay? Because it's a cool place, but it's not always a safe place.
No, well, she has Twitter and Instagram, but they're private. Okay. But it's like, we were going away on a trip, so we, I took her to Vancouver once for a shoot I did and a project I did with Subway. So Emily and I went on our first trip together. Yeah. We had lunch. We got to stay in a hotel. I taught her how to put the towel on the head, the robe, and order room service.
So I taught her how to order room service. She'll remember that and use it her whole life.
I was like, honey, you get to the hotel, you put on the robe, sit, pick up the phone.
Good for you.
We had so much fun, and we have a lot of fun together, and things are pretty cool with her mom and her partner who live close to us. We did Christmas Eve together. We all ordered Chinese food and sat at the table and ate it together. And I've been in Emily's life since she was 3 or 4 around there. So, I've been around for a long time. So, you just got to make it work.
You got to make it.
Hard. Hi, buddy.
Oh, my dog wants to get highly intimate. So, hey, wasn't there a show wasn't there a character on some show named Casie?
Casie Finnegan. Yes, I used to get that all the time when I was a kid. Yeah. Or Casie at the Bat. Or Casie and JoJo. Or
Casie at the Bat. What's that?
Yeah, it's like an old baseball thing. People are gonna be like, what?
All the camera people and everyone's like, what?
You guys.
What are you talking about?
Baseball player? Oh my god, I don't even really know.
Yeah, Casie at the Bat. I know Casie and Finnegan. Weren't they puppets or something? Or
yeah,
they were
Mr.
Sunday
Dress
morning?
Up. Mr. Dress Up. Yeah.
Right.
Totally. That was right when I grew up. I really loved that.
Me too. Yeah. I like that. And there was all that morning cartoons.
Yeah, morning under the umbrella tree. That was another show that was
under the umbrella tree.
There was a show.
Can I ask? Do you share how old you are?
37.
Oh, you're so cute. Just a baby.
I looked at it. I was at this fitness thing, and I feel like I'm young all the time, and then I took a picture and I was like, oh wow, those new wrinkles.
Those are from laughter.
They're from laughing because I'm laughing a lot.
And you laugh and smile so much, and you have the brightest, like when you smile, you are so like, that's what it is. It's a contagious, happy thing, which people could suck that from you, right? They suck your joy, and that's exhausting.
They totally, totally can. It's like, you know, going to events, like, you know, going to events a lot of times for me is still like, sometimes I freak out and I'm like, what if I'm not on the list? I freak out that I'm not on the list. I'm like, Sean's like, have you ever not been on the list?
What happens? They can't find you, or they wait a second.
Or you have to text somebody and they're standing in the front, everyone can see you and they know who you are, and then you're not getting in.
I'm like, that is like, I love that you're saying that, because that's my massive like,
God. And Sean's always with me and he's like, just relax. And I was like, oh my God, we're too early. We need to go get a coffee. We need to get a drink somewhere. We need to get a drink somewhere because I'm fucking freaking out.
I love that you're doing this. Because this happens to us all the time. On the drive there, I freak out. I'm like, we're not going to be on the list. What if they didn't tell us? I only got one email from them. What if the girl at the front has no idea?
Yeah, what if she know? What if they don't know? And I'm standing here, why am I wearing this? Oh my God, this is way too intense. Oh my God, I need to change. Sometimes I have
good lighting. I need to.
Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, what's the hashtag? I can't, my phone's dying. I don't know.
Oh yeah, your phone's dying. Isn't that a big?
Or your phone's dying and you have to post something because it's your job.
It's
and
my
the people
job.
there, and you're like, fuck, give me your phone. I need to sign in and find my own iPhone from your phone because I left my phone in the bathroom.
It's so funny. I love the struggle is real.
I freak. Oh man, I freak out. I freak out all the time. Like, you know.
That's a real. Do you share any of that on Instagram?
Sometimes, not really.
Because sometimes I post the pictures of me like pre and post, and like pre, and so they can see the difference of like, look at how disheveled and crazy I am. So while we're chatting and talking, my partner / my husband, Drew, is here, and he's eating every candy in the studio, and I can hear him like as we're talking. I can hear him like it's just him. Every wrapper, every chew. Well, I'm listening to you talk about your camera, your cord and your camera, and I'm like, I'm so killing him. I'm not.
It's funny how you know those things.
Yes, like my ears. I won't be getting highly intimate with him anytime soon.
Yeah, it's funny how you can like. It's like I know if Sean's walking in from the other office or when he's arriving at the office because of how like his exact.
You can tell by the sound,
the exact walk or the sound on the steps, and I'm like, he's here.
And you work together now.
Yeah, so we work. I work there not full time, mostly project based, but I've been on a project for the bulk of the last year, and yeah, so we go to work together quite a bit. So like I get up, I go to the gym, I come home, and then he goes for a run, and then we get.
Oh God, you two are exhausting.
I know. Well, we just started this. This is new. You know, we've been both like, you know, trying to change our shitty ways from like. Going out.
She still went to Wendy's today.
Yeah, it's fine. And like, I still had some drinks the other night.
Right,
and, like,
you gotta be real.
I'm not like a crazy. I'm just trying to make a little bit of effort for my like. Wellness.
Right, for your wellness.
For my wellness. I love going to the gym now.
I wish really, I loved going to the gym.
I had such anxiety about it for a really long time because like, I mean,
I hear ya.
Yeah.
Like I just paid a trainer to take me for walks around the gym, and then after I did 2 walks with him, so like on a Monday or Wednesday, Friday something smashed. It's just
Sean's keys, I can tell.
Actually, she said I can always tell when it's mine. So on the 3rd time, he's like, so are we going in the gym? I'm like, I can't. I can't. He's like, Jacqui, you can't pay a trainer to just go for a walk with you. I'm like, why not? Like, it's my hour.
Yeah.
I can't go in. I don't know. So then I started, like, the dates that actually was the 2 days a week that I was going to the gym. I now come to Wiki. Okay. And this is, I'm working out my mind. It's good for me. This is to keeping busy and keeping focused on stuff. I mean, that's maybe what my self-care and wellness looks like. I mean, I like being busy. And journaling and writing, I write a ton. It doesn't all go to social media.
No,
it doesn't all go.
It's same. I write, like, the same amount that, I write stuff all the time. I wrote, the other day, I gotta read it to you after.
I write poems. I write poems all the time.
I wrote a poetry book and became a published author when I was 14.
So
you listened to that podcast.
Yes. Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, I always love writing. I love.
You sold them for $3 or something?
No, it was
85
where they
books
were.
or 65?
We sold 85 books on the first night, and they were $7, and $3 went to the women's crisis shelter from the sale of each book.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you think of that yourself?
Yeah, that we wanted to, because my mom used to always like take us to like volunteer places in the community. Like one day at Christmas, while our turkey was in the oven, we like went to help at serve food to people who didn't have
we did
food,
that seniors home
and like
stuff. I love it.
You know, my mom, because we didn't have family in Canada, so we didn't have
and blessed and like really
we like
beautiful.
had food and stuff, and my mom would
put the turkey in the oven and
then we go like help out somewhere. Like we always. We had an elderly lady that my mom made friends with her neighbor because she saw her carrying her groceries, Irene, and she moved from Poland in the war, and then she'd always wear these gorgeous fur coats. Irene had the best style.
Is she still around, Irene?
No, she's not around.
Did she gift you the fur coats?
I got one of those.
Oh, you
did! So nice. It's so nice. I love it. I haven't worn it. I just remembered I should wear it. It probably wants to go out and party.
Yes, but you might get hate. Is it? You can say it's faux. I do all the time. I have a beautiful vest that's.
I know. You know
It's
what?
gifted. It's weird to you.
And it could be going in a landfill, but it's not. It's going on me, and I'm like wearing it to keep warm because it's freezing outside.
Freezing in Canada.
And this could be. I mean, it could be going into the garbage. I'm not going out and having someone fetch me that fawn and make a jacket of it.
Fetch me the fawn. I want a coat. We're not doing that.
I know. I would never do that. But I mean, if you're like at Value Village and you find like an old coat, like I have too.
Me too.
Or
okay, so the book.
Okay, yeah. So that we wrote the book, and then it was before the internet was really popular. So we'd go to like DIY conferences and like sell our book and talk about what we were doing, and we'd speak to kids. And I was like 14, so then we'd go and speak to like primary school to kids about how you should write and follow your dreams and work hard. And then we had a newsletter called Jeans Material, because the book was called Jeans, and Jeans Material was a newsletter we published quarterly, and we published other young people's poetry and prose from around the world, because when you're young it's really hard to get your work out there, so we wanted to create a space for other young people to publish.
Oh wow, I wonder where all those young people are now. Do you keep track?
No, but I
can
have
you imagine
them.
Some of them are probably
I should
writers.
Google some of them,
yes,
because I have our old newsletters in a big binder
to see where they are now or what they're doing.
That's a great idea.
Yes,
write that down.
Like that Oprah. Where are they now?
Yeah.
You could do a Where Are They Now?
I totally could. That would be like a great little series.
Yes.
I'm sure they're probably not too hard to find, because
you can have that. You can have that for free.
Okay. I want to get that.
That's your one. So, you wrote.
Yeah.
It was published. Will you write now?
I wrote it the other day.
A book? Do you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to do a book. I mean, who knows? There's lots of things I have. I don't necessarily want. Yeah, it's tough. I've been writing a book for 5 years. Just chapters and chapters, and one day it'll come.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe soon. I don't know. And I still write poetry. I wrote a poem about weed the other day. I'm gonna read it to you.
I would love a weed poem.
Yeah, I wrote a weed poem. I'll definitely read it to you before I go.
I would love to hear your weed poem. So 5 years from now, what's your life look like?
I'd like to
What does Casie's life look like? 5 years.
I think I'd like to continue. Sean and I go to his family cottage quite a bit in the summer, so I like
Is that Muskoka?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I messaged you because when we were in Muskoka, we spent a lot of time in Muskoka, so I was like, "Are you here?"
Yeah. So maybe this summer we can hang out.
Actually, we went like right when the kids were back to school, and I think you had said we just missed you.
Oh right. Yeah. Well, we're out there, so I mean, I think in 5 years I'd like to work either in my own company that's bigger or with another large company where I'm making waves in the worlds of marketing, influencer, more industry versus like me personally working on campaigns.
Right.
Like
you want to be
stuff.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, I
doing
like that behind
big.
the scenes,
Right.
So that's kind of where I see myself. I'd like to have a book written. Even if I self-publish it myself, I just want to do it to document. I spent the last good decade documenting my life on the internet. I want to make it into a physical thing because it can live forever like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. For sure, it can live forever because who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, who knows? Anything could happen to the internet, but I like it to be a book that can go in
like something that you
my
can
own archive that's like there.
That's part of what I wrote a book, and it's my life story, and it's tangible. It's mine, and it's there.
Yeah, you know, right?
It can go whether my children enjoy it or not. It can go to my children's children, and so on. And somebody like,
and it'll always be a part of history.
Yeah, you know? Like it's actually I was here. I was, you know, like because social media can be fake and funny sometimes, and it's odd. I try to be as authentic as possible. I try, and some days I just, you know.
Well, sometimes you just don't feel like sharing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even like, I'm authentic when all the pictures that I post are me, and I say how I'm feeling, and sometimes I'm a little sillier on Twitter, and, you know, I have more things for my friends on Facebook, but they're all the same. It's all me, but it's all, you know, sometimes I just don't feel like sharing, or you just don't have it in you, or your energy's low, or you decide you want to write something and then you don't want to post it. Like it's hard to be on all the time.
It is hard to be on all the time.
It's hard.
We need those little breaks.
Yes, I love to take breaks. I like to work in sprints. So like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on this thing for 40 minutes or for 20 minutes, like nonstop, and try to have no distractions, and then
try.
I fucking try.
It's my own distractions and my own.
I distract my own self.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, why am I looking at this? Put my phone down.
You can get lost in like.
I've been putting my phone on Do Not Disturb.
For like really?
For like just short periods of time.
Like an hour or two?
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, I need to write this article. If I don't get it written, like I'm over the deadline, or like I'm like have to get this thing done, or like I need to do something, and I just put my phone on. Because it kind of works.
I have
a little bit.
Really hard time with Do Not Disturb. So when I was just in Vancouver recently with the Wiki guys, they were like, just put your phone down for 2 minutes. I would go 40 seconds. I was like, okay, is that good?
Yeah.
They're like, that was 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like it's really.
I put my phone down this whole time, right?
Yeah, like I mean, while I'm doing these, I'm like, I wonder who's got. No, I know, I'm into what's going on. Like,
no.
Like,
but it's like it's a habit.
It's a habit.
It's totally a habit.
Do you have any other habits? Because I'm twitchy and twerky and.
I mean, Sean and I don't sleep in the same bed.
What?
We have our own separate rooms.
Look at, she drops that and she waits for me to go. She's like, so Sean and I don't sleep in the same bed.
Because I'm like very wiggly. Like even when I'm sleeping, like I move around a lot. And
Really?
He wakes up. He'll wake up. He's a light sleeper. So I have my own room with all my own stuff.
Oh, I kind of like that.
It's kind of like how apparently that's like what royals and presidential.
They have their separate.
They have their separate quarters.
So you get together for.
Yeah, like you know,
you
know, and it's like that doesn't always. Sex doesn't only just happen like at night before you go to bed. Like,
right.
You know, it can happen anytime.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
But for sleeping, your own.
I have he has his own room with his own closet and like his own bed and stuff, and my room is we call my room the boudoir, because you go up these stairs to the top of the house, and there's like my bed, and then like all my clothes and accessories on the wall, and shoes and mirrors everywhere, and pictures of me.
Poor Drew, we call that our bedroom.
You know, and like, you know, if you go to an event and someone draws something of you, or I have had people that have made like pictures of me, like the
fan art and stuff too.
Yeah,
like fan art.
Yeah, like that. So I have them all framed. I've like all on the wall, and like, you know, I have like just a lot of stuff. It's really nice because I spend a lot of time working at home if I'm not at the office with Sean. Instead of going to like a co-working or like a coffee place, I just go home because I just like being home. I just like being home. Either I'm at the office or I'm at home.
Me too. I'm either here or at home.
Yeah.
And that's really my goal for 2020 was to like not be so distracted,
right,
or pulled. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, is that, do you get it? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I totally get it. A couple years ago, I learned about the concept of JOMO, like the joy of missing out. So, like, you know, let's say you're looking, for me, the joy of missing out means looking at an event that I didn't go to and I stayed home to stay home.
How do you really
feel?
I'm
like,
because I have the worst FOMO. I'm like 12.
I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go.
Oh, really? Okay.
So glad.
Because you know those bitches are fake posting fake shit. It actually sucked.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way it was that good. They're serving that again, and like they have like an ice luge for shots or something.
It's called JOMO.
Yeah, so the joy of missing out. Like when you take like instead of the fear of missing out, like, did I miss something? You're like, oh, I am so glad that I created space for my wellness at home on my couch with my Netflix and Sean and some weed and like relaxing.
Yeah.
Instead of like getting all dolled up to go to a thing that I'm probably going to want to leave as soon as I get there.
So do you leave early? Are you a slide out dip kind of girl?
Yeah, more recently, I definitely prefer to go early and leave. And, you know, this year actually at TIFF, was the first time that I didn't like get drunk every day, and I had edibles, and I took edibles because like I've been really moving away from like, you know, just drinking, not like a lot every day, but just not like I don't.
Drinking is more. Drinking when I think of drinking, I think of a party. Yeah. When I think of cannabis and I think of edibles and whatever, that's part of my wellness. Like that's calming and relaxing to me.
This year I didn't.
And I make way better decisions.
Oh my god! The only time I ever really like done something stupid or said the wrong thing or hurt someone's feelings because I had drank too much. If I smoke too much weed, I just laugh or I have a good time or I fall asleep
or I eat too much
or I fall asleep.
Yeah, or I'm like I dip out or I'm
I'm gonna go to bed. You know, and this year I was like, it was such a great TIFF experience because I would go early, like early at the start of the night because a lot of people who are going there for business reasons are there at the start versus people who are there at the really late. Maybe they're there for business too, but I mean, they're not looking to have the same conversations. And if I want to have a conversation with someone that I could potentially work with, I don't want to be at 2 a.m.
Right.
I don't want them to meet the 2 a.m. version of me. I'd rather they meet the like 7 p.m. that's like maybe a very calm because like maybe
you're there for business.
I'm there for business and I have a little chat and like maybe I do have one drink, maybe I have no drink, and then I go home and I get a good sleep because this year during TIFF for the first time in 10 years, it's like I just went and then I came home and like I'm sure for Sean I was a lot better person to be around because a hungover Casie is not fun.
Oh, hungover Jacqui just got home from Vegas a week ago.
Oh, how was that? It's exhausting.
Oh god, I made some bad decisions because I made some vodka and I think it was rum and Coke. I thought it was cool. Vodka is what I like.
I like vodka too.
I really like vodka, but sometimes I think I'm cool or like edgy, and I'll be like, give me a rum and Coke or Jack and Coke, like because my name's Jacqui, so I'm like Jack and Coke, like I'm cool. And then
I love you so much.
The booze is cooler than me, I guess, because it puts me down. And then I was embarrassing and it was humiliating. And then I look in my DMs and it's these women from all over the world telling me how inspirational, inspiring, how whatever, and I'm like, I'm hungover. And
you're like, if they only knew what a garbage I
was like, oh my god, I'm a fraud. Drew,
I'm a bag of shit right now.
Delete my social media.
That's what happens if I take too much edibles. I freak right out.
Do you?
About all my social media and I want to delete it. I'm like, who's reading my blog right now? I need to delete the whole thing. I'm so stupid.
Paranoid or self-doubt.
I'm like self-doubt, self-deprecating, like, oh my god, you're so stupid. Why'd you write that? Like,
do you read stuff over and like, oh my god, why did
sometimes,
I write this?
Sometimes I don't know. I'm all over the place. Sometimes I read, sometimes I just say what's on my mind, but then other times I freak out about it. And sometimes I write something and then I don't post it for a month or
I do that actually, put stuff in drafts a lot.
And then I'm like, when I started putting it to drafts, because before I used to just throw it out there and then I'd be like, whoa, you put too much of yourself that you didn't. It's not that I wasn't ready to share it. It's that I didn't share it in the proper way. It needs edit.
Right. So do you have someone that helped you do that?
No. I just mean when you're not wasted or something.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
I wrote it.
What about drunk texting or drunk responding or drunk posting or like overindulging of any kind? So not drunk, but overindulging in any kind. Like if you're had a lot of edibles or whatever. Yeah. I often think I'm very, very intelligent during those times. Like. I am like, oh my god, why didn't I post this before?
Why did I not think of this? I'm so smart.
Right, and then I'm like, throw it out there, and the next morning I'm like, what the hell?
I'm like, I just try to put it in notes instead.
Like I've looked at things, I'm like, that's been up 6 hours.
I'm like, oh my god. Well, it's like, you know, or I write something, I'm like, this doesn't even make sense, or this already exists, or like, oh my god, like.
So 5 years, you said, more behind the scenes. Yeah. So you get more joy.
Yeah, I like
from producing and actually producing something, like something tangible, doing something, and not look at me. Yeah. More of look at them.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I would like to be well known for doing a good job at my work versus like being like in the forefront of like, you know, right in the spotlight. Like
I get it. I mean, I was like, look at me, but now I'm like, look at what I'm bringing up.
Yeah, but
like,
now
I'm
you're
so
like
excited
you're doing so many things and so many different things.
And I like to be bringing other people. Like I love when I message someone and say, do you want to be on the show? And they're like, you're even following me? I'm like, I love you. And they're like, that feeling, that one, they're like, oh my God, you can't buy that.
Yeah.
You can't, when someone says, I really looked at, or I read this from you and that really moved me or touched me or Jacqui this morning.
Loud.
That's my ride, I gotta go. Just kidding. That, you can't buy those feelings and those moments that come authentically from stuff you've posted.
Yeah.
Like, do you have like fangirl moments or fan?
I mean, yeah, you know, I have.
Well, obviously people look up to you, but do you look up to?
Yeah. Oh God, it's hard to think when.
On the spot?
Yeah, on the spot. I mean, you know, it's like definitely. Oh, I know. I had a friend that was at an Adobe conference in San Francisco or I don't know, Palm Springs, and she was with an artist that I totally loved, and like. Her name's Martina Martin. She's from Australia. She's got a couple like Instagram filters that she's made. That's just like more recently, but I mean I really loved her. And then they had talked and like she said hi to me and it was like, I love her. You know, and it's like there's some
Is that a moment that sticks out? Like,
yeah, just because like I mean, and now it's someone that like you comment on, you know, you leave
so
a
weird
comment.
The way the world
is. It's such a weird thing, but I mean it's exciting. You know, there's definitely people that I've met over social media that like a lot of people that I'm friends with now has been thanks to social media.
Me too.
And I think the beauty is that it can bring a lot of like-minded people together. So you find people based on common interest.
For sure.
You know, just it can be so great for them.
I didn't think I was ever a girl's girl. And now in my later 40s, I'm really, like, I'm finding...
Yeah, you're finding your people.
Yeah, I'm finding my people that I'm like, wow. Like, your energy just makes... I mean, your energy is incredible. Like, you know,
well,
like...
so is yours.
It's a really good... Like, you're a good person. The energy is really nice.
I was so excited when you said... You asked me one come over, and I was like, okay, well, it's kind of far, but I mean... I know.
It is far.
But I grew up in Cambridge, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I did the first commercial I was ever in was in Brantford. And then I also used to do a lot of dance competitions here when I was growing up. So I've been in Brantford a lot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
so you knew where you were going.
Yeah, I knew where I was going.
So, kind of far, but Jacqui asked me.
But and then it was like, okay, well, I thought about like, how can I come out here? And I don't have my own car. And then Sean and I like made it into a thing that we were like both going to come out because we thought it'd be really great. And, you know, and I really wanted to be here.
You're so good. I'm really, really glad you did. I mean, I'm really excited for this like next chapter, like say my second half of life or whatever. I mean, we can't just go on our looks. We can't go on, it's got to be something else. We've got to write, we've got to produce, you have to evolve.
Things.
You have to evolve. And I mean, we could have accidents, we age, we change.
You got to have stuff that
I post that for those Instagram girls all the time, like that are twerking or whatever. I'm like, bravo on the twerk girl, but I hope you can read.
You can't rely on.
Yeah.
You can't just. I mean, anyone can be a pretty face. You know, you can see like any makeover show.
I mean,
any makeover show.
Yeah.
We've all seen it on TV. Like, just watch Queer Eye. You can turn someone into someone else. So, like, whatever. The looks aren't the most important thing because, like, you really have to find like in here that like makes you excited.
Did that come from your parents, or is this something you've learned? Like your parents instilled?
Yeah, a lot. My parents. My dad had a hot rod shop growing up, so he custom builds hot rods. And my mom was at home with us, so they, you know, she was around a lot. But like I think also from my parents being from New Zealand, there's this thing called, you know, Kiwi ingenuity, and it's like they're really
Kiwi ingenuity.
I mean, I'm not saying it right now, but you know, just like there's just this thing about like, you know, people from New Zealand, and they're really, I know the way that they are. It's not like the same as a lot of other parents that were here, and you know, they really encouraged me to be super creative and just like follow things that I was really excited about, and like you know, I sometimes speak to kids in schools and I say, you know, find something that you really love, that you really, because anything can be a job now. You know, anything can be a job.
You like video games? Now you're a video game programmer. You're
There's
making
like
up things.
hundreds
You're
of video game jobs now, you know? So it's like, find something that you really love and become really good at it, whatever it is that you love. Like, it could be you're really into sneakers or you're really into gardening. I don't know, tech, anything. But like, learn as much as you can about it because all the information is there at your fingertips. So
for free.
Yeah.
You don't even have to leave your room.
Take university courses, like, even now for free and stuff. So, you know, if you find something that you love, then, you know, whatever that person that you are on the outside or how it changed, or it'll just bring a lot more joy to your life.
And what brings you the most joy?
Oh,
is this where you go, Sean? No.
I mean, Sean makes me really happy. He makes me laugh every single day. Like, he's quiet, but he's really funny.
And I mean, that they say that's like the perfect, if that you can laugh together. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's what you'll have, right?
Like every day. Yeah.
As you age and go through life together, eventually you just have each other, laughter, and your conversations, and your, you know, and that energy together. That's so much more than, and you can have your own room the whole time.
Yes, my own.
Are you always gonna have your own room?
I think so. I mean, unless I think it's really good for us to have our own space because, you know, it's like sometimes he's working on a production and he's got multiple screens set up and he's taking calls and doing like executive producer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like he's got that space, and like sometimes I like to stay up really late and write stuff, or I get up really early and go to the gym, and I'm never waking him up. He can always sleep in, or he can always go to bed early, or like.
My husband's really watching this and going, "What the hell?" Jacqui plays YouTube videos at 3 and 4 and 5 in the morning while I'm trying to sleep, and and I'm like doing my research, and I happen to work. I'm not a morning person, I'm not. So like more creative and more. And since I'm fairly new to cannabis and edibles and stuff, by the time if I take it at the end of the day, the creative juices in the process starts, and it happens to be really late. So we're in bed together and I'm freaking working.
Yeah. So fairly new is how long?
Just over 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't ever like I was more of a drunk.
Oh yeah, well.
And I would say, and my pharmaceuticals for anxiety and depression, I would eat them like candy. And then whatever else, like whatever designer drug or whatever, I was always sort of chasing some sort of high.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped. Stopped, and I actually started writing and producing real content, things that were meaningful to me, and I didn't need it. I'm actually, and now I'm using mushrooms too. What do you think about mushrooms?
So down.
Do they do that in like New Zealand? Is there mushrooms?
I don't know, because no one in my family eats regular mushrooms, and I've never heard my parents talk about that, so I don't know. But I mean,
regular mushrooms. You mean like mushrooms?
Mushrooms people eat in salad and stuff.
Really?
I mean, no, none of us eat.
Nobody
eats fungi. No. But I mean, I've definitely had mushrooms at the cottage. I've experimented with microdosing.
Yeah, that's how I
think. I mean, I've definitely longer ago experimented with taking too much, which freaks me out. But like a tiny microdose is like.
That's actually a nice thing. I think it's really like a microdose.
Yeah, it's a nice thing.
Right? When you're a kid and when you're a teenager and you take it, and then you have those bad trips and you're crazy.
But
and
it's
then
like you're stupid when you're. I remember drinking like peach schnapps.
I was just gonna say Baby Duck. Do you remember a wine called Baby Duck?
No, I never was really into wine. I get bad acid reflux.
Oh, well, I get it too, but see,
Yeah.
I'll tell you about my acid reflux while I'm drinking.
Yeah. Probably why, because I drank so much. And
now Cali Sober, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Talking about. So is that, we're just using weed? Is that Cali Sober?
I don't know. I think
that's Cali Sober, right? They just
smoke pot? Using weed or like mushrooms. I think it's okay because it's like natural.
Plant-based, or
plant-based
it's part of,
drugs, not like chemical drugs,
right?
But like naturalish drugs.
I do like it all, but I'm trying to evolve into more of a health and wellness space, and I want to be around a while. I want to be, like before I was like, oh, it's so cool. 35, I'm out of here. Meaning I'm dead, and I'll live a rock star life. Now I'm 46. I would really like to see 86.
Yeah. Oh my God. Totally.
So I'm starting to think about that sort of plant-based meds and plant-based wellness, and I didn't get that from my parents. My parents were like we were born and raised on Nancy Reagan, just say no to drugs. And
okay. Where did you grow
up? Burlington.
Okay, right.
My parents are English and Scottish, so England and Scotland, and grew up in Burlington. Came to Hamilton, got a bartending job, met this guy, had sex, got pregnant, got married, got divorced 15 years later. And now Drew and I have been together 10 years.
Wow.
And it's interesting. But this is my therapy, is my
Yeah,
stuff. Like, I get, and when you're telling me, like, the freak out when you're checking in an event and you're, your name is always there, but it's those 2 minutes or those 3 minutes. The drive to, I'm a sweaty mess, and, like, who's going to be there? Who they're going to sit me with?
And like, well, and I mean, I went to something recently, and I turned around and I smiled at the person behind me, knowing full well that she doesn't like me, not for any reason except that I used to also work at CTV, and she...
Does she still work at CTV?
I don't know. She's in more traditional media, and maybe that's why she hates me, because I don't know. There was a whole, like, when I did social media at Much Music and MTV, and there was, like, a couple girls there that were just, like, really
Did I see you there at Steve Anthony's birthday party?
No.
Remember Steve? Okay, do you know all those guys? So, like, I go to a lot of, because I'm older than you, I go to a lot of musicians' birthday parties or weddings or whatever.
There could have, I feel like we've definitely...
And it's like the Much Music and all, like, the CBC and all the news people, they're all sort of there. Remember the window from Much Music? What was that? Speaker's Corner or whatever? So it was like a whole bunch of people from, like, the Speaker's Corner era go to these parties, and I thought maybe that's where I saw
It also could have been, I worked there 2009, 2010.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fairly recent.
Yeah.
So, okay, you were going to say, you said hi to this girl, you smiled there, which is good for you.
I always just smile because, like, what else am I gonna do?
So you turned and smiled at her, and she gave you stink eye?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, guess you still got it.
Yes, like, that stink eye's
I
hers.
was like, keep carrying that weight around, girl. That must be heavy. Like,
but so, okay,
why?
I just listened to a podcast about that weight that they carry around. Do you know how freeing if they could let it go?
Girl, let it go. I am not even in the same line of work as you.
Yeah, like and is it because of competition? Because women are terrible.
I don't know what it is, because I don't think I ever did anything. We've never even, like, we worked, I don't even know if we might have worked together. Not even directly.
She'll message me. She'll hear this and go, "It was me."
Just kidding. It was just like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's really... It's unnecessary. I was like, can you not?
It's completely unnecessary. It's so grade school. But don't you think that's totally a women thing?
Yeah.
Like, do guys turn around and give each other that?
Oh, so-and-so's here. He's wearing the same dress as I have, and I wore that before. Why? They must hate me. Look, they're taking a picture and laughing. Like, I don't know.
I think do they even think that way? I don't think so here, everyone is... I'm pretty much the only girl other than Mama Wiki. There's like all males. And I'll say things and everyone's like, what? I'm like, really? And then I'll start explaining myself and it's almost like I'm a different language. They are like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
I go down that spiral of somebody gave me a dirty look and
they're like,
even though we got all kinds of good shit going on.
Yeah, it still happens. I mean, it's like, you know, it's...
Have you dealt with it with your stepdaughter yet? Like, has she dealt with bullies or meanness at school that you've had to talk about?
Yeah, she's definitely dealt with it at school. Like, even she's in grade 6 now, so like, but I mean, she's got like her girlfriends at school. Like, it's not really, she hasn't really, there was kind of like a couple things that happened like a few years ago and stuff, but we just kind of teach her to stand up for herself, and like I try to teach her some witty comebacks that aren't, they won't really hurt them feelings. It'll just maybe take them from that here where they're standing, bring them back down to the ground.
You're the new mom, the new stepmom. I was the worst. Like,
yeah, what was it like?
I was like hit first and whatever. If they shove you, you shove back twice as hard. Well, and now I would never do that.
Yeah. Well, we put her in Taekwondo for a little bit so she could learn how to defend herself. Which, like, I did Taekwondo, my mom does Taekwondo.
I think every woman, every girl
you need to learn.
Yeah. And also, there's a certain type of personality you can tell that, okay, you're going to need to defend yourself a little bit more. Yeah. Your word, like your quick tongue is not going to help you all the time. It might end up hurting. You know, like you got to be able to back that up.
Oh, man, I punched somebody in grade 8.
Really?
No, this guy in grade 8.
You punched a boy?
Yeah, right in the face.
Look at her, bitch. She's like, yeah.
I gave him a right hook, but I'd been in a Taekwondo competition that weekend.
So you were pumped and you were
fired up. And he just kept razzing me, and I just dropped my like books in the hallway, and I hooked him, and I laid him flat out in the hallway. But then I saw him when I went to a bar at my hometown, and he said he's never lived it down.
Oh my God.
We're like old now.
Oh my, we're old
And I
now.
was like, well,
The only girl that's ever hit me is my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
And she's still my best friend since grade school. We got in a fight at a bar. She gave me a knock. And then...
I've never been in a fight with a girl. I had a friend hit me once, but I mean, we're friends now, but...
Was it during an alcohol thing?
Yeah.
See?
It was like,
Common
for no reason,
denominator.
she's like, buddy, I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry. I'm such a stupid. Like, and she's like, why did I even do that? I'm like, I literally don't know.
And only vodka knows.
Vodka. Only, well, yeah.
We're cannabis, weed. What do you call it?
Weed. I
Weed.
mean, when I'm with my friends, like weed. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
if
weed.
I'm like
It's pot.
on camera, cannabis.
Yeah, it's cannabis when you're out. Yeah, look at she smiles. It's cannabis.
Because I smoked weed like when I was in grade 9.
Oh, so
I've been
you're
smoking
not new to
weed
this.
since
You've been-
weed was weed. Like it was just weed. It's like you'd get
Good weed or bad weed?
yeah, good weed, bad weed, blueberry kush sometimes,
Oh,
you know,
I've grown
and
that.
like I'd always like I learned to roll joints because like I hung out with a lot of the like with the bros.
You know how to roll your own joints?
Yeah.
See, look at you, because I don't. I'm this
yeah.
big weed,
I'll
whatever.
try-
Nah, I don't know. Well, afterwards, we're gonna roll a joint, and you're gonna read me a poem.
Sounds magical.
And then we can just, my 5-year, 10-year plan is like to live shoeless, like
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah, I hate shoes. I hate socks
me
even more.
Socks are the worst.
I hate socks. I only wear socks if it gets below 0.
If you could live anywhere in the world, shoeless, where would you go?
Costa Rica.
Oh, so have you been?
Yeah, twice for yoga and surfing, and I went with Sean last time. We didn't even have phone service. It was amazing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we didn't have phone sex.
No, phone service.
We slept in the same bed.
No, we actually slept in a treehouse that had 2 beds.
Oh.
So we could sleep in the same bed, but then if I like wanted to go in, we'd start in here, and then
treehouse.
Yeah, it was a treehouse with hardwood floors. It was at a beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah, Anamaya. It's like a resort retreat center.
So that's where you would live. That would.
I like that little. It's a little town.
Oh,
A little town in Costa Rica. We rented a 4-wheeler, and then instead of a car, and we just like and I rode on the
like
back.
those off-roading guys.
Yeah, like off-roading,
fun.
and like I just held on to the back, and we drove through the jungle, and it was
Oh, that's so
fun.
nice. And no cell service.
Yeah, like
Just-
I mean, my phone just didn't work there.
Sometimes that's.
Yeah, it was.
Unfortunately, that's what it takes for me. It has to the
Yeah.
cell service has to not
Like I
work.
still took my phone to take photos and like write things down because it's like a great tool, but being disconnected allowed me to like really just be there. And now when I had a disposable camera, so I have actual photos. So it's like now
cute.
that photo has so much of a story to it, you know?
That's nice when
Yeah,
you have
we're-
an actual photo.
Yeah.
That's like, listen to us, like you know, do you remember going through like your parents'
Yeah,
family
I still
albums
have
and
all my
stuff?
albums.
I have a bunch too, but
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really anymore. It's all
No.
online. And we were saying earlier, what happens if that's?
Yeah, what if something happens to the internet?
What if the? Hopefully, highly intimate will be somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure these guys will use it for something. Have it stored
It'll be
somewhere. So, okay, one thing you're really, really proud of that you would like everyone to know that you might not share all the time. Something that you're really proud of that you don't always talk about or post, or are you proud about your kindness? Proud about how you treat people? Proud about how you've evolved?
I think I'm proud of how I've evolved because a lot of people have known me for a really long time and maybe not necessarily known who I really was, who I really am, but just kind of who was out there, whether that was, over the last decade, I've gone from like 20-something partying pixie on the internet, going out all the time and like maybe, getting wasted and having this party life. And I've really evolved into like a 30-something, stepmom who's like doing a lot of behind the scenes business, producing, directing some stuff,
Right.
speaking, and I grew my hair longer and I'm more fit and healthy, and like that personal wellness I think is there, and I'm really proud of myself for that because it takes work every day to change that much.
I just adore you. And I get the work and I hear it. And I mean, this is like, I'm sucking up all your sunshine.
I brought it for you today. I brought it for you. My sunshine.
You can send me a picture of you in your onesie and your chips later. Like, you've sucked it all out of me, Jacqui.
I was so excited to bring this here for you,
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
I love
mean,
it.
it was a lot, and you came a long way, and you shared a lot of,
I would do it again.
Oh, yay, would you? That's so nice.
Yeah,
I'm
I love
excited. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Casie. That's just like so cute. Thank you for getting highly intimate with us.
Thank you.
Cheers. For Highly Intimate, I'm Jacqui Childs, and this is my friend Casie. Bye.